What's up? It's Pete back again with another Minecraft machine. Today we have a TNT Mega Cannon. This cannon is very destructive. It shoots hundreds of TNT at a very high velocity, so we can defend our base and our homeland. That's the purpose of this cannon. It has several different controls to, control the aim, shoot left, right, intensify forward fire, firing modes, different ways to control the power level, therefore controls the range. You can adjust the power levels, it's going to shoot further or closer. And I have 6 different power levels. And you'll see I'm going to go through what each of these controls actually are hooked up to. Conveniently, you'll see that the colors are the actual colors of the wires. So different internal components that I'm going to talk about later, what all these pistons do. Like I said, different firing modes. We have a rapid firing mode. But this cannon was designed for long range, not so much close range. So the effective range of this cannon is about 1,000 blocks. That's where it's going to do the most damage. We have some different system monitoring in here. I can quickly see the fuel levels. Right now we're fully fueled up. Projectile fuel, charge fuel, different relay sensors and timing. So I know everything in the system is operational right now. And then we have some essentials here. Some clock controls, projectile safety, stuff like that. So let's take a look outside before I start pressing buttons. So if you remember this wall here, all the different color wires, these are the power levels that control how far the cannon is going to shoot. So basically each of these are hooked up to a single row of TNT dispensers. So each lever is hooked up to a single row. All the rows activated will be full power. Only one row activated will be the minimum power. Right now we're in what I like to call the charge chamber. The charge is the force that propels the projectiles forward. The larger the explosion, the faster and further your TNT are going to get launched out of the cannon. What's very important is compression. You want to try to compress as many TNT as possible into the smallest space you can. That's going to give it a bigger explosion. It's going to give it a bigger force. This cannon has 3 different types of compression. So it's got the vertical compression. All the TNT are going to come out at the very same time. They're going to all drop down here, land here. That's going to stack all these TNT together on one row. The same happens on this side. Then the next set of compression is these pistons on the side here. These are going to close in and compress the TNT into a single line right here in the middle. After that, there's actually a mini explosion that happens right before the major explosion. There's a little mini one that happens right at the back. What that does is it launches all the TNT to the very front right here. Now you got about 100 TNT in a single block. That's going to give it a lot of power. That's really all the power that I think I need, but probably going to do more in the future. We'll see. But so far I'm happy with 100 TNT in one block. It's a very high velocity and it goes really far, thousands of blocks. I haven't really measured how far yet, but definitely thousands of blocks. So past this is glass right here, by the way. It's blue glass, so that's why it looks like that. The reason for the blue glass is TNT likes to move around in water, and it's very important to try to control the flow of TNT. You don't want TNT landing on top of the pistons, stuff like that. So the glass kind of lets it guides the TNT. Past this glass here is the projectile chamber. you don't want the charge TNT to get into the projectiles. You want the charge to explode behind the projectiles. If the charge gets inside the projectile chamber, it's not going to work out. The projectiles are going to go backwards. They're going to go up. They're just, you need to have a controlled explosion right directly behind it. So the purpose of these, there's actually another row of pistons right here. The purpose of these is, I call these the stopper pistons. These stop the charge from going into the projectile chamber. So if you recall, there's a mini explosion that happens right in the back. It launches all the TNT to the front right here. If these stopper pistons weren't here, the charge would go inside the projectile chamber. We don't want that. So these are up, and at the very last moment, before the charge explodes, these pistons drop, and all the projectiles are already loaded, ready to go, and it launches it out. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So now I want to give a demonstration of how to operate the cannon, how to start it up, how to fire it, and how to control it. So the first thing you want to do is to turn on the master clock. That's going to start the system up. Next, you're going to want to turn off the projectile safety. Projectile safety is off. And next, you're going to want to set the power level that's going to control the force of the charge. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the max power over here. It's going to give us the max power. And this thing's going to start shooting now. It's going to take a few seconds to boot up and going to start firing, which I'm going to observe. Nice shot there. A little spread. Let's see. So now it's gonna start shooting in a straight line. That's the mode that I have it in right now, is a straight line. But if I turn this off, it's gonna give it more of a spread shot. It's gonna fan out a little bit more, give us a little more area of attack. See, it's kind of in a U shape now. I'll do one more shot here. So it is fully automated, recharge, refuel. We can also control left or right. So I'm going to shoot right here. It's going to spread over to the right now. Get that desert over there. Nice. So let's give it a left shot now. There's your left shot. So I'm going to keep it on the straight line mode. That's going to give me the most accurate shot down range. So there is a rapid fire mode that it's not that great right now. This cannon, like I said, is more designed for long range. This rapid fire mode, it's not so great, but I'm going to turn it on regardless, and we're going to see what happens. Let's turn that on and hope for the best. Rapid fire mode is it's very hard to control the rate of the TNT when everything is just going crazy. So this is going to just shoot the TNT. All of those projectiles are just coming out nonstop. And it's actually very dangerous because the TNT could go backwards at the cannon if... So I can already see some TNT kind of falling off the sides. That doesn't look right. But this is going to give you a little defense in front of the cannon in case the enemy breaches the perimeter. So you can kind of see what's going on in here. No, you can't. Not really, but basically all the TNT is just dropping nonstop. The problem with that is you're sacrificing some of the control. And I already see some of the wiring has broken. So working with TNT, you're gonna blow things up. You're gonna destroy your own cannons. It's gonna happen. You need to make sure that you make backups of your world every time you're about to test something. So this world is backed up hundreds of times, so I'm good. But you can see it just blew itself up. Except for the bedrock here. It's still fire. It's still it's still operating at some level, but it's just not doing what it can, what it's supposed to do. So that's okay. I'm gonna go down range to see some of the carnage down here. So I did build some. Oh, and you can see all that TNT. It's just there's so much TNT that it hasn't even loaded all the TNT there, so it's still trying to load. That's why you see all this TNT in the horizon here. That's and it looks amazing. I love that though. I don't really know if this would really, this is creative. Would this really kill me right now? Because this explosion really happened. Should have happened over a minute ago, but it just happened. So I don't know how that works in the physics. But I built these walls that are probably 30 blocks thick, and it just blows right through these walls. And it keeps going and going. Thousands of blocks. I haven't measured the full distance yet, but I have seen damage. The further I go down, there's signs of damage all over. So, but the most kind of effective range is about 1,000 blocks around here, and it just spreads all over the place, and just all the TNT. It's about 300 TNT that get fired out of the cannon, and what's nice is that all the projectiles, they explode at different times, so they all propel each other in a circle, kind of like what you see right here. Is that all the projectiles, if they exploded at the same time, it wouldn't spread out like it does. So that was very important. Let's take a look at the carnage. Very powerful cannon, and it's definitely not a toy. It can do a lot of damage. You can blow yourself up, blow the cannon up, blow your village up. So it's very accurate. Like I said, this village has been intact, has not been harmed, minus that one guy's roof right there, but we'll get that fixed up. And just some last words about this cannon is, I've been, making Minecraft TNT cannons for a long time, many years, and definitely very happy with this one. I think the biggest breakthrough was that the compression that happens, where there's a little micro explosion that helps compress the TNT. So that really changed the game with this cannon. And just all the different controls and stuff. So I have a lot of other ideas for cannons that are going to be more short range, more rapid fire, that are going to, fulfill a different type of purpose. So this cannon has really established itself as like a long range cannon. So next time I'm going to work on more of a short range, but more rapid fire where you can control it. So definitely look forward to that. Some other things, some other minor features, it has just all of the dispensers are hooked up to chests, so it auto refuels itself. So whenever TNT is used up, it's going to go ahead and refill the dispensers there. So every dispenser is hooked up to the fuel. And like I said, there's fuel. I can monitor the fuel level, know what's going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this cannon here, and expect some more builds coming from me soon. My name is Pete, and have a great day.